Um, Mike, the house TV setup, TV rituals.
Yeah, Sean.
Wow.
Interesting topic, actually, because I canvassed a few of my colleagues at work about it during the week just to see what their thoughts were on it as well. But I think predominantly, in the earlier years of TV, most households had definitely had one TV. A lot had two. From people I spoke to, I think they generally seem to suggest that it was in the kitchen, had a second TV, maybe a small little 14-inch, maybe black and white. But yeah, the general consensus was there was generally some form of two TVs in the house in the earlier days. As time has evolved, oddly enough, it's still in around the same. I think it's possibly due to tablets and laptops and mobile phones that TVs are nearly less popular in households, or growing less popular. Maybe the second TV has moved from the kitchen into a gaming room or into a bedroom for games rather than it being in the kitchen. What do you think yourself, guys? What was your general setup at home?
Well, in our house, Mike, with the main TV in the sitting room in the 80s, and that was it. Like the two channels, you had to watch what the parents are watching. Funny story, we couldn't get a reception for years, so there's a big hill behind us. So I remember myself and my dad putting a cable up the top of the mountain. I'm not making this up, just to get a reception. So I mean, it was mad, like, thinking back, but it worked, like.
Was that just for the two channels, RT1 and 2?
Just for the two channels. Then if it got windy, then you're in trouble. That's the way it was. It's true. You remember that, Mike? The thing on top of the gravel.
Yeah. I think we've had to go up a few Saturdays to stabilize it a bit after a storm.
Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah, it was. It's, if you look at what you had from a communications point of view back in the 80s compared to now, like a lot of households, some of the my colleagues even said to me that they don't even have a TV, in apartments and places that just don't bother with them.
Right, okay.
I reckon they don't watch enough of it. Everything is streamed, whether it be on a tablet or I know myself and Aaron have a good friend that lives in Clonmel, and I don't think he's ever had a TV. Everything's on a laptop,
I have to have. I love my TV. I have to say, and I love it. I have to have it. Yeah.
Pretty sure the second TV, when we got a second TV, and I hope I remember this correctly, it was sourced in Northern Ireland. It was black and white, and it was smuggled across the border. So I bet you never had Catherine Devitt down for a cross-border smuggler, but there you go.
There you go. Yeah.
And the other thing, I don't know if you remember when you got your first remote control with a TV. That was a big thing. So in other words, who got to hold on to and control the remote control?
Yeah, like the TVs, I don't know, do I remember a time where we never had a remote control? I do remember remote controls being this, brick of a thing. And obviously in our household, there was plenty of young lads. The remote had to be left in a specific place, could not be thrown down on the floor because surely somebody'd stand on it, break it, and the remote control was sacred.
You can never find a remote control. Remember that? Always seemed to end up down the back of the couch.
Yeah. I don't know when this was exactly. I'm guessing it was early 90s or somewhere around then. Do you remember when then the Magic remote came out that basically controlled all of the devices, so to speak? So one kind of crack that we used to get up to was we'd take the Magic remote, and when it was nighttime, you could stand outside the kitchen in the dark and no one would see you. So someone would be inside watching the telly, and we changed it.
Yeah.
So they were like, change it back again, and then we change it again. So we got hours of fun out of using the Magic remote to do that. I remember back in the day.
Magic remote, yeah.
Yeah, like I just check it out. The first remotes came out in the 70s, would you believe? So they were definitely knocking around in the 80s and 90s. Before they kind of, I suppose, became mainstream. You couldn't buy a TV now without a remote because it's the only way it works. If you lose the remote, you're in trouble. Yeah,
big time. Yeah.
And then when VCR videos came in, it was obviously a big. So if you remember going to like the video shop on a Friday or a Saturday or whenever it might be to get a video, that was a big thrill back in the day. Whereas now, obviously, you have everything on pretty much on demand.
I'd be interested in hearing some comments from listeners, maybe about what kind of setups they had at home, especially back in the day.